It's time to rewire your mind. Welcome to the Hayden Russo Show, the show that provides you with inspiration to help you succeed in life. Here's your host, Hayden Russo.
First and foremost, I want to give my condolences to the families in Turkey. Please continue to stay strong and to persevere and understand that God doesn't make no mistakes. He hasn't made not one. So continue to pray for the families in Turkey, and continue to pray for the families in Dallas and Baton Rouge, to the families of the officers, to the victims, and to anyone that's out that is perpetuating anything but love and passion and peaceful marching. They're not for the good of the cause. Please don't follow them in any shape, form, or fashion, and continue to be peaceful. And we congratulate all of the peaceful marchers and continue to march and continue to spread your word in a very peaceful way. We're very appreciative of that. I want to begin to reach out to some of the people that are giving me feedback on some of the topics that they would like for me to talk about. I just want to try to speak to them today and hope that that God continue just to bless us all. But getting back to the show, what do we do when we're down and out? Things are not going our way. Our backs may be against the wall. Our life may depend on it. We may be in prison or in the detention center, or we may be going through some type of peer pressure for the younger kids. Approximately 1 million people a year commit or attempt some form of suicide. We're speaking to you as well. Your life is too important. What do we do when we're in situations like this? What do we do when we're in financial disarray and things aren't looking good, and there's arguments between husband and wife and the kids are watching all of this stuff? What do we do? What do we do when we wake up suddenly and we just lose our line of credit, or we get up suddenly, or we just lose our net worth? What do we do in those situations? And how do we come out of those situations, and how we develop through those situations? It's going to be a challenge. I've been there. I've had my issues as a youth. I've had my issues after being incarcerated and trying to rebuild my life and going through the incarceration process took its toll as well. I've been there. I've been there when, the lights are turned off and your truck are repoed. I've been there. These things have happened to me. I've been there when the woman that you're fighting for turns out that, you was fighting for a wrong cause and you end up having to let her go. I've been there. I've been there. I've had the broken hearts. I've seen the person that I was madly in love come out of someone else's house or someone else's vehicle. I've been there. I've been there when the man you've been fighting for and supporting just all of a sudden just walks out of your life after 25 years of marriage. Now that one, I have not been there, but I can empathize with you. What do we do when we're in situations like that? Some have said that the equalizer to all situations is bringing your level of education up to that level. Now, what that means to me is not that you have to be some sophisticated, educated person, because let me explain something to you. My mother didn't graduate from high school. My mother didn't have the education that we had. My mother didn't have the technology, the cell phones, and all of the things that you have and I have at our luxury. She didn't have that, but she raised 10 kids. And she taught all of us how to be professional businessmen and women. To the point that now I wasn't fortunate to graduate from college, but my sister and my nephew is en route, and so they're breaking barriers. So I don't speak from a place of lack of understanding. I've been there. I know what it feels. I know what the pain feel like. When your friends and everyone turn their back against you, I know what that feel like. And how we're going to address those issues and how we're going to overcome those fears, Hayden. How do we do that, Hayden? We overcome those fears by facing the challenge. If it's a woman in your life that hasn't been treating you right, it's time for you to man up and look at yourself and say, is this right for me? Is this where I want to be 5 years from now? Is this setting me on the path and the trajectory for the success that I'm looking for? You have to begin being honest with yourself. You have to begin looking at, is this a good business partner for me? Are we accomplishing the mission of the business? Are we accomplishing the goals? Are we meeting the employee, or are we meeting the business needs that feed the employees? We need to begin to look at ourselves. If we're incarcerated, as we sit if you're a youth, as we sit in the detention center or a group home, is this really you? Is this the person that you set out to be? If you're a doctor or a lawyer or some type of scholar or some wealthy person or some hedge funds manager or anything of importance that to you that you've lost, and now you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to regain yourself. Again, the best thing to do is to begin to face those challenges and to start addressing them head on. And I'm going to ask you again, is this you? Is this the person that you want to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What are your plans? It's what you're doing right now helping you to get to where you want to be. And when you find yourself in these situations, you have to go back and you have to find the one good or anything good after you've analyzed your situation, so you don't put yourself back in this situation. You have to find that good. And when I found myself with my back against the wall, after counting the months over and over again and trying to sleep my time away, I had to begin to take 100% responsibility for my actions. I had to stop blaming other people. I had to start taking responsibility for all of the things that was happening around me. It was my fault that I was sitting in front of a judge that had to sentence me. Because all of the things that I did 2-3 years prior leading me up to that point. The things that we do today is like a harvest. It's like we when we're brought here on this planet, we're given a land and a universe that with a genie that you can have anything you want. Okay? You can plant good. You can plant bad. You can plant in the middle between good and bad. You can be deceitful. Whatever you plant, your genie and God is going to give it to you back out of your harvest. So for the past 8 months, well, no, it's been a little bit longer now for me. For the past 9 months or so, I've been trying to rewire my mind. I've been in that situation where you've been in. And I started asking myself, what can you do? Well, studies have shown that the first thing and the most effective thing that you can do is begin to change your behavior. What do you mean by that, Hayden? Start changing the way you do things. Don't say it, do it. Let your mind know that although that it's connected to your heart and it's telling your hands how to move and you consume with a third of your thoughts of different things that you can be doing, and every 3 seconds you're changing stations. Your mind runs at 170 miles an hour. I can go through all that stuff. But when you're in these situations, you have to begin to narrow down your focus. You have to begin to stop feeling pity for yourself. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling like the world owes you or your mother and your father owes you because you're special. Yes, you're special. That's why you're here. You were chosen, but you were not chosen to be in this particular situation. This is a building step. This is a process that you're going through. And for the ones that feel like it's important for them to take their life, let me explain something to you. When you're at that breaking point, or when you feel like you need to take your life, you are that much closer to your success. You have to understand that what is the opposite of you at your lowest point want to take your life? What is the opposite of that? It's just pure joy. success, abundance of life. God or the higher power is putting you in a position and getting you built up so that you can be prepared when the success comes, so that you can be humble, because you'll remember those days where you were not able to eat steak or caviar or lobster. You'll be able to identify yourself with normal human beings that will never have the opportunity that you have, even if you lose everything all over again. But it's not going to be easy. When you're in the process of changing your life and you're in the process of overcoming some bad mistakes, whether you're 16, whether you're 21, whether you're 40, 35, whatever age you are, whether you're 65, if God was done with you or the higher power was done with you, I'm sorry, you would have been checked out by now. So when you get to the point where you're at your lowest and you feel like you want to take your life, no. You're not done yet. You're on a mission. You haven't completed your mission yet. You cannot take the easy way out thinking that God is picking on you or a higher power is picking on you. That is your calling. You are being built. You're being wired. You're being conditioned to fight and to be strong. It is not time to give up. You can never give up. I don't care how bad it looks. I don't care how bad it gets. I don't care what the situation is. You cannot give up. You have to keep fighting. You have to persevere. You have to say to yourself that I'm not concerned with, I'm going to be embarrassed by my peers. I'm not concerned with trying to prove something to anyone. And then you have to start writing down all of the things that you think that's making you fearful of accomplishing whatever it is that you need to accomplish to give you a boost. You know how you have those jumping little cable things that you charge up, and when you're stuck and you just need to get a juice, you plug it up to the battery just to give you a juice, and you start up. You just need to be pumped. You need to be primed. When you're in these tough type of situations, you don't give up. You understand that you have to analyze what God and the message that he's sending to you. And then you have to begin to devise a plan of how you're going to overcome this situation. I don't care if look, I filed 18 months ago, I filed bankruptcy. I've been there. 18 months later, I created another company that's revenue of $800 to $1 million within 18 months. But right now, my body and my mind is going through some things. I'm going through some things that you're going through. I'm not writing my goals consistently. I'm getting up, but now I'm meditating for an hour. And because I'm meditating for an hour, it has thrown my daily rhythm off. My brain is getting stronger, but I don't know what's the process. I don't know the outcome. I don't know how I'm going to look in 6 to 8 months. I don't know what the shape of my mind is going to be. And although I'm scared, and I acknowledge that I'm scared, I move forward. Because I will not allow fear to cause me to stand still. Let me tell you something. anything that's standing still is a bad news. If I'm standing still and I don't move, it would put fear into you. You'll want to know, am I breathing? Nothing that doesn't move is good. So we need the energy. We need a positive flow. We need to find a way to say that although I'm in my current situation, although things are looking real bad for me right now, although my friends have walked out on me, although everybody has given up on me, I will not give up on myself. I will persevere. I will fight my battle. I will be strong. I will be mighty, because I have unlimited power at my disposal, and I was chosen. And these issues and problems were sent to me. They were not sent to anyone. They were sent to me because it was designed to help remold you and reshape you so that you can become a better person. But while you're going through the process, you cannot allow the attitude of other people you cannot conform yourself to other people. You cannot allow the temporary setbacks that are building you and shaping you to cause you to go into a negative spiral or to some unforeseen level of hurt and pain that will cause you to want to take your life. The battle is not done yet. The fight is just beginning. Every one of us is here to go through those fights and those challenges. No one will respect anything that is just handed to them. You have to fight for it, to respect it, and to keep it, to protect it. You have to be strong. You can't let no one dictate to you what you're here to do. You have to fight those inner demons, those inner negative spirit. You have to fight those things, and then you have to say that I'm going to fight back. And after this short commercial break, we'll talk about how we fight back and how we overcome some of these situations. Who is this young kid growing up, par for life, experiencing all of the tough battles, watching people thrown off buildings as a little boy? Violence surrounding him. Failure is not an option. You may find it at Barnes & Noble. Failure is not an option. A book that is here to inspire you. Man, I'm getting ready for First Friday. What? Man, look at your hair. Dude, go get a haircut. It's 8 o'clock. What do you mean 8 o'clock? You still have time. Go down to Headliners. They'll take care of you right away. 1523 West Blue Heron Boulevard, Riviera Beach, in the Imperial Plaza. If you get lost, give them a call. 561-429-4765. Go down to Headliners. Come experience a true haircut. Why replace your roof when you can repair it? Call Built Right Roofing today at 844-277-7663. That's 844-277-7663. Come and experience the Built Right way at 844-277-7663.
Buy, sell, or rent. Call Shakira Roll today at 561-312-2641 or email her at info@rollhome.com. That's info@rollehome.com. Visit her website at www.rollhome.com. That's www.rollehome.com.
Do you have a ride on your way? Are you in the New York area? When you're stuck, call on NYC Taxi Ride Yellow and Green. We have 2 apps at your availability. www.waytoride.com or www.goarro.com. NYC Yellow Cab is ready for you.
And now, more of the Hayden Russo Show on TalkZone.com. Back to Hayden Russo.
I'm feeling that. Now, you know, I love when we start talking about these things and we start feeling the pain. You know, the fear start making us get a little bit feeling dangerous, and sometimes we feel disgusted with ourselves when we feel like we want to take our lives. We feel some kind of embarrassment, you know, rejectedness. You know, when you get into a rejection in type of environments and you close your mind to just this loop of negative, and all you think of is just negative things constantly, 24 hours a day, what do you expect? You should be lonely because you're driving everyone out of your life. You're driving everyone away. Instead of you taking control of the situation, you have let the situation taking control of you. And now I'm glad that we've gotten to the point where we said that we want to fight back. We're not going to allow no pain or any type of some fictitious danger that creating some delusion of disgust in our mind to think that it's going to overtake us. No. So what? One time embarrassment, or so what? You were rejected from being married. She didn't come to the altar, or he didn't come to the altar, or someone walked out of your life, or your dad is not there, or your mother is not there, or, you know, whatever the embarrassment is. Your rejection that because that you failed, you back drinking again. Who said it was going to be easy? Who said overcoming these things was going to be you could just wave some magic wand and it go away? It just doesn't work that way. And now that you may be all alone, and a lot of people may have walked out of your life, or your friends may have given up on you. Remember, this is your world. You can do anything that you want to do. So now that you've gotten yourself in this hole, you can get yourself out. You can take control of this situation. You can say, okay, now that I realize that the fear that has been holding me back has really been me. And I'm going to go through the process of changing my life and rewiring my mind. And I'm going to go through the process of changing the things that I do. And I'm going to give you the number one secret to changing yourself. Okay? The first thing that you have to do is you have to become the new person that you want to be. You must begin to act like that person. You must become that person. You must begin studying materials of that person. And with the technology that we have now, you can go on YouTube and look up anyone that is your idol or your character. But then you also have to be honest with yourself and not allow the things that happened to you in your childhood years. Whether your father wasn't there enough. And a lot of times when your father is not there to give you love, or your mother is not there, whether they're constantly working, whatever the situation may be, the need and the desire and the want that you have for them, because they're the first person individuals that you see. They're the first individual that you want to be like. They're the first individual that you test things on to see what kind of functions that you have. Instead of you allowing fear to take control of you of some sort and just get you in a stagnant state or some pessimistic state or in a procrastination state. Begin to use fear in a positive way. Look at how fear keeps you sharp and how it can create freedom in your life. Begin meditating and thinking about all the things that you're fearing and start preparing for the things you fear about, whether it's not having enough money. Well, how can you make more money doing less work? And what I mean by that is maybe you work from home instead of having to go out and physically work. How do you have a better marriage? You start investing in it. You start picking up after the wife. You start rubbing her feet, or you start doing things to contribute that you know that you hadn't been contributing. How do you have a better relationship with your son or your daughter? You start investing the time in it. And then all it takes is 5 minutes. You call them for 5 minutes and just be all about them for 5 minutes. And you'll see how it changed your relationship with them. And when they come to you with problems, unless they ask you, don't try to solve them for them. They just want to share it. They want to get it off their chest. They want to feel that they have someone that they can go to communicate. And for the ones that wondering how can 1 million people a year commit or attempt suicide, is because we don't take the time to listen. Stop letting fear take you by surprise. Start thinking about the things that you want. Start thinking and start confronting the fears. If you're in fear of heights, start looking up how other people overcame the fear of heights. We have technology now. Let fear lead you to curiosity. Let the adrenaline that comes from the fear brings on the excitement that you're on the right track and that you have to persevere at all costs legally to fight through these times. Because as long as you can continue to move forward, then you'll overcome your vulnerabilities. You'll find a way to challenge yourself and to continue to push yourself. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, now that I'm meditating for an hour at a time, I got to tell you, I cannot renounce my family to be a Buddha. But I really love their meditation techniques, and it's helping them to live a longer life than any other human race on this planet. So meditation has been proven to work, and we have to begin to meditate. And we have to begin to ask the universe what it is that we want. But before we can do any of that, we have to have a why. We have to have a reason. Now, my reason is I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy of helping children and helping adults, to inspire them to find their dreams and help them to accomplish their goals. I want to be remembered for doing good. I want to be remembered for helping my kids to get to their dreams closer, although I can't do it for them. I want to be remembered for just the positive impact that I've had on helping change the education system. I want to be remembered for helping to change the prison system, because it baffles me that when you have the tools to overcome your circumstances, and because that we want to conform to our surroundings. Now, what I mean by that is in society, we're conformed to what other people are doing. What other idols are wearing, or what the fashion trends are, what the latest haircut style, or what's the latest design, or things for women. You know, when you're looking at those type of things, that's one thing. But then when you're in prison, you have the best thing. God has given you the best thing humanly possible. He's giving you time in either situation to take control of your life. And I just feel that if someone has fall on their face and they're down and out, and things doesn't look good, and things look like they're not going to turn around, and it looks like all hell breaking loose. Number one, you do not attempt to kill yourself, or you do not kill yourself, period. You fight. And each day that God gives you, where your heart is beating and your jugular vein is connected to your brain and taking oxygen, and your brain is helping you to make decisions, then God is telling you that he's not done with you. So you have to continue that fight. You have to continue that struggle. You have to continue saying that I'm going to fight my fear, and I'm going to stand up, because fear is not real. It's just, as Zig Ziglar would say, it's false evidence that appearing real. It is not real. And if you begin to tell the mind what it is that you want to do, and you start programming yourself, and you start behaving the way that you want to be, scientific studies have shown that more than trying to write down a new belief, or finding some regimen for success, or trying different potions or spells, or whatever it is that you want to try to do for the mind, the most effective thing that scientifically proven is that when you change your behavior, when you physically change your behavior and stop doing some of the things that you do and start doing positive things, and you start expounding and you start doing more of the positive things in your life, your mind will change itself. It will begin to rewire itself. It will begin to reform and begin to develop those good habits, and it will begin telling you to do those good habits, although in the beginning it will fight you. Your mind, number one job, only thing the number one thing your mind want to do is to keep your heart beating and to keep you alive. Keep blood circulating through your veins. That's the only thing your mind only cares about. It's you that have to take control of your mind, and take control of your thoughts, and take control of your anger, and take control of your irrational move and your temper tantrums. Because the two things that will hurt you is your temper tantrum and your anger. Your attitude will dictate your aptitude on how high you get above your current situation and how fast you get there. Your attitude and your energy and your smile are the number one ingredients that you have to display on a daily basis to help you overcome the things that you're going through now. And when you change your attitude, and when you start thinking positive of yourself, and when you start looking to help other people, when you start looking into just being you, but also doing the things that you want to do, you will find that life will begin to find you in abundance. You will find that although you may be incarcerated, that may be your body in a physical form that is incarcerated, but your mind has escaped the place a long time ago. Your mind has been preparing for the time that your return. Your mind is getting prepared for the time that you return back to society with your college degree. Your mind is getting you prepared for you to get out of your prep school and go through your redshirt year, to go through the rest of your college year, or for those that left school early, to go and take care of your dreams and come back. And for those of you that may have dropped out and say that college is not for me, follow your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you what is accomplishable. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. It is you that have to take 100% responsibility for your life. It is you that have to begin to understand that this process is going to be very difficult and it's going to be challenging, but you're going to fight and you're going to persevere, because at the end of the pain is success. At the end of the pain is all of your dreams coming true. At the end of the pain and the suffering and the persevering is that abundance of life that you have waited and wanted for you and your family, but there's no time frame on it. You have to fight. You have to fight every day, and you can never give up. And understand that the higher you go, the higher the difficulties, the higher you go, the higher the level the devil would send things at you. Every level that you continue to prosper, you will find more difficult challenges. Listen, the law of physics says that for every action, there's an equal reaction. So if you want to be a billionaire, you need to get prepared for 1 billion reasons that are coming your way on why you should not be there. And when you fight those 1 billion reasons, and if we have billionaires, it has been proven that it can be done. So if you have 1 billion reasons to fight, then let's get to fighting, because we don't have no more time to worry about and to think about the things that have gotten us to this point. We don't have any time to waste and to think about any of the things that has hurt us in the past. We have to begin to think on the future. We have to begin taking advantage of the things that we have now in front of us. And we have to begin looking at success from not only a daily basis. We need to look at it on an hourly basis. And then we need to start building on the days and letting the days build in the weeks and letting the weeks build in the months. And then when we can get a couple years behind us, then the development process, I'm going to repeat that, when we get a couple years behind us, some of us might get lucky at 12 to 18 months. But for most ordinary folks, it will be 3 to 5 years to rebound from your current position. But you have to start now. You have to start engaging in the process now. And you have to allow the process to develop, whether it's continuing to going to school, whether it's continuing to practice your craft at night, whether it's continuing to work for free or work as an intern or you had to be redshirted, whatever the case is, you have to continue to fight, never give up, and understand that this process is going to be difficult. And when we come back, we'll talk about how you continue to fight through the difficult process and how you keep things moving in a forwardly and positive direction to fall forward. The best pork, barbecue, ribs, and chicken in the state of Florida. Don't believe it? Try it yourself. Call Bounce Back Barbecue at 561-307-4382. They also do catering. That's 561-307-4382. The House of Bling is here. Woo! Specializing in rhinestone apparel. Bling out your company logo or team logo. Call today. 561-723-6781. Woo, they're ready. Get your bling, women, cheerleaders. Tell your coaches about the House of Bling. We're here for all custom apparel. Again, that phone number is 561-723-6781. Car accident? Dents or scratches? Has the Florida sun faded your ride? Call High Gloss Paint and Body. Their service is fast and reliable. High Gloss Auto Paint and Body will deal with your insurance company, taking all the load off your shoulders. I know what that can be like. Call them today, 561-508-4220. They're located on 2550 Winter Avenue, Suite A, West Palm Beach, Florida. You tell High Gloss that Hayden Russo sent you.
Invest in Macedonia.com. www.inmacedonia.com. The future to connecting the world.
Are you ready for your meeting next week with the sororities club? No, I want to be different. Me too. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to call Wearable Nelly. Who? Wearable Nelly. They got you covered. Sorority logos, promotional materials, handbags, uniforms, family reunion shirts. Under pressure, they'll deliver on time. Call them today. 561-293-6444. Or you can email them at wearablenalia@gmail.com. Hey, tell Rodney Russo that I sent you. That's 561-293-6444.
And now more of the Hayden Russo Show on TalkZone.com. Back to Hayden Russo.
Keep that playing right there, Dave. Keep that playing there. I appreciate it, Dave. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I love getting to this end part because, you know, that this is the part that I love. This is the part where the rubber hit the road. This is the part where it is time to engage. It is action time. Okay? Because now that we have overcome our fear and we have committed ourselves to saying, hey, we no longer want to be in the current position that we're in. We no longer want to be in this state of mind. We no longer want to be in a mindset that we ever have to think that we'll take our life. We don't want to be in that. We're going to begin as of right now, this moment. We won't talk about it anymore. We'll begin to tell the mind that our body is going to begin to do the daily habits necessary to move us in a positive direction. We'll start meditating more. We'll start taking daily walks. We'll take 100% responsibility for our life. And we will no longer make excuses. We will fight the fight. And we will never give up in the process. We will not allow anything that from the past dictate our future. We will not allow someone's opinion of us to become their reality. The only person that will create this reality will be you. By your actions, by your decisions, by what you're doing right now. The decision that you start making right now. And although right now you must have faith of a mustard seed because you're starting from the bottom. And you're lighting a fire. And you're waiting for someone that may be passing by that may have some lighting fluid to help light you up and give you a little bit more help to help spread the fire. To start moving you in the direction that you want to be in and moving your life in the direction that you want to be in so that you can live your life the way that you want to live your life. So that you can have this abundance of life that God sent you here and you can find your purpose along the way. But you must begin to write down your goals and what you want in this life. You must understand your why. on why you want to do it. Who's depending on you? What would this look like in front of your kids? When you get ready to check out, will you be able to say that you did everything that you want to do in this lifetime and you have no regrets? Let that help push you in the right direction, that your life depends on it. And that you're going to take 100% responsibility for everything that happens to you, and you will not allow your attitude, you will not allow anger or distrust to get in the way. I didn't say that you wouldn't be vigilant. I didn't say that you wouldn't check behind people and verify what they're saying is true. That's not what I'm saying, but you cannot live your life in fear of what it is that can happen to you. You must begin to feel the fear and then do it anyway. You must let go the desires of wanting something that's going to come to you easy. For some of you, it may happen. You may find that it came to you easy, but for others, it may be more difficult. But why does some get success and others don't? Is because of the mindset of the individual. And earlier in the conversation, we told you that a neutralizer of any situation is to educate yourself. So whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that make you happy, whatever it is that you want to do for free to help other people, understand that you're going to have to go through a fight for it. Understand it's not going to come easy. Understand you're going to have to go through some pain. You're going to have to go through some hurt. But after all of that, you have to narrow it down and you have to get back focused. How do you get focused, Hayden? Well, when you're driving at night, okay? I don't care how bright the light is, right? In the dark, you may be able to see if I'm anywhere from 20 to 100 feet in front of you. Not 100 feet, but 20, 30 feet in front of you, tops, if that. How do you deal with it? 1 inch at a time. 1 mile at a time. You deal with what's in front of you. You deal with the vehicles that are in front of you. And when you pass those vehicles, you don't look back. The only time you look back if you want to change lanes. But you don't look back and you don't go backwards worrying about what happened last night or what happened yesterday or what your mother might have done or what your father might have done in your past. You deal with what's in front of you and you begin to look for all of the good things in your current situation. And you begin to have an open mind. You begin to see life in a different perspective, and you begin to realize that you have to fight through your situation. No miracle magic pill is coming your way. There's no magic wand. There's no one coming to sweep you off your feet to take your problems with them. You are responsible for your problem. You are responsible for you. You have to fight for this. And giving up on your life when you're in the process, when you're in the growing phase, it's just a tragic to society. Because the good that you can do for the human mankind can be much more than you taking your life. Can be much more than you giving up on your marriage. Could be much more than you giving up on your girlfriend or giving up on your partner. When you're going through the development process, it gets ugly. It gets painful. When you're going through the development process, it's a process that you have to allow to cultivate. It's like growing a plant. And there's weeds all around it. And you can't just pull the weeds out, because if you pull the weeds out, you'll pull the plant out as well. But so sometimes you have to just leave things alone and allow the universe to grow. And as the plant grows, the weeds fall off automatically. Sometimes you just got to focus in on you. And after you make the commitment and you focus, you'll watch your life change, but it's not going to happen instantly. When you get to the 3 months, you'll start seeing some significance, some things changing in your life. When you get to 6 months, it'll get a little bit harder. In 9 months, the more successful you get, the more pain you have to go through. The more studying you have to go through. The more books you have to read. The more seminars you have to take. The more people you need to reach out to and ask for help. The more mentors you need to find. You have to make the commitment that no matter what it is, no matter what you're going to go through, that you're in this fight till the end. And I don't care what happens. I don't care what pain, what struggle comes my way. I will fight. I will fight. I will fight, because what? You can make it through the situation. You have to believe that, and you have to have faith that anything is possible. Then you must engage in good work ethic.